Alright, welcome back, Cataclysm Gaming Official. We are going to go over the best secrets you need to know in order to rank up in Valorant. But before we do that, make sure you drop a like, hit that sub button, and enjoy the content. Alright, we're going to try to make it as short as possible so you retain as much information in a short period of time. My name is Chris or Cookie. I have gotten numerous accounts to Immortal, Ascendant, Diamond. My main account has been Radiant 2 times, so trust me when I say I know every single thing you need to do in order to rank up. There's so many reasons as to why you cannot rank up. Most of the time you think it's just because you're bad or your teammates are holding you back, but in reality, it comes down to a certain extent where you need to evaluate your own gameplay. You could be dropping 40 kills every single game and still losing, but those 40 kills, if you don't get the kills that you need to get, you're destined to lose the game. So let's dig and dive into some of the best secrets to ranking up fast. For the first secret, it's mental game. What I mean by mental game is, let's say you start off a game and you don't really hit as many shots as you expect to, or you're not getting as many kills as you want in the beginning of the game. Let's say you're down 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4. You might have a lower percentage of winning the game compared to your enemies. But the only thing that determines a difference in that is your mental. Sure, you could perform good, but if you don't have a good mental when you're performing like that, then there's no point of even performing like that, genuinely. This can broaden into a big variety of things, so what I'm going to do is try to explain it in simple terms. Let's say the game starts off to you being 0-3 or 0-4 or something bad. The only thing that's going to make you perform even worse is if you get mentally stuck on that. So the best thing to do is sit there and tell yourself, like, hey, this happens. You have to be capable of getting out of these slumps or these little Debbie Downy situations that you put yourself in order to be a successful player. I have seen so many players who are stuck in a certain rank because they just don't know how to handle things mentally. I'm not going to out any names, but one of my good friends, he's been stuck in Immortal for super long. He was Immortal 3 at one point, and now he's around the Immortal 1 to Ascendant 3 area. And I'm not saying it strictly because of his mental, but his mental is terrible during all of the games that we play together. All he does is sit there and gets extremely angry over anything that happens. And all I see is him tend to maybe run it down or throw the game unintentionally, but at the same time, he knows he's doing it. So having the capability to sit there and really collect your own thoughts and feel for your emotions during all of this time, it makes you a better player. It truly does. There's nothing that compares a good player from a great player other than a mental game. A lot of people would relate this towards passion. If you have passion towards the game, yes, you can get angry. Yes, you can get mad. But if you're putting all of these negative emotions on your teammates, then all you're going to do is have a lower percentage of winning the game. There's nothing that you can do worse than sitting there and putting down your teammates for making a mistake. If you see somebody do something silly, you say, hey, it's all good. We'll get them next round. I know nobody wants to be out of that area. They don't want to break their comfort zone. But in the end of the day, the people who do break their comfort zone make a huge difference in a player and a person's life. Now we're going to hop into the second best secret. This would be training. A lot of people don't like to aim train before they play their game. But really, that's one of the best things you can do. Building a consistent aim routine is probably one of the most essential things for a player if they want to be successful. If you want that consistency, if you want to be able to tap these heads, etc., you need to be aim training almost consistently. That does not mean that you have to aim train every single morning, every single night. But if you know, let's say you have Saturday off from work, you want to play Saturday. On Saturday, we'll do XYZ aim routines, and we'll hop into a game and we'll start running it up. If you need to know anything about aim training, there's so many videos on the Cataclysm Gaming official YouTube channel where you can find every single bit of information that you need to know in order to aim properly. If you think your aim is messed up, if you think your hand is not working properly, these videos will provide you with the information that you need to know in order to get your little mental back and get your hand moving the way that you always believed it did. Now, to talk about more on training, it's not only aim training that we need to be doing. If you want to see success in your gameplay, you need to understand what mistakes you're making. Now, if we're making consistent mistakes and we can't find out what we're doing, that's when we reach out for help. You can utilize people around you. I'm sure everyone has a higher ranked friend or a really good player that they know can perform better than them, or they know more than them. They can reach out to them, and I guarantee you that person will 100% help them out. And if they don't help them out, you can literally add me on Discord. My name on Discord is Chris or Cookie. No spaces. That's ChrisOrCookie. No spaces. Don't be afraid to message me if you're struggling. If you don't have the hand to help you out, I'm more than willing to be that hand. But let's say you don't have that hand. The best thing to do is to sit there, record your gameplay, and watch what you're doing. If you're able to tell yourself, hey, I think I shouldn't have done this, I should do that, that is super effective, and it's crucial to experiencing a higher gameplay or higher knowledge of the game, and it'll grant you to be a more successful player. Not everybody can sit there and say, oh, I made a mistake here. But if you're able to do that on your own, that instantly puts your gratitude towards yourself for passion, for anything successful for Valorant, way up there. Not only do you need somebody to help you, or not only do you need to watch your own gameplay, but you could also watch a lot of streamers, a lot of pro streamers. Sure, you might think that, let's say Tens for instance, you watch him, oh, he's just going to out aim everybody because he has the best aim in the game. That's not true. There's so many players in Valorant, and I guarantee you Tens might not even be in the top 50 aimers of all of Valorant. It might shock a lot of you, but in reality, that's the full case. It's not a thing where Tens is just number one just because he's the face of the game. He's the face of the game for a reason, sure, but at the same time, there's players who put more time into it, more dedication into it, and haven't made a name for themselves. But instead of watching Tens for his aim, quote unquote, what you really need to be doing is paying attention to what he's doing in the game. And if you kind of replicate that in your own way, I'm sure you'll instantly see improvement. There's no reason for you to have these utilizations at your hand and not use them. You can watch every single tip video on YouTube. It's the things like this. These are training techniques that you need to be doing in order to see success in your gameplay. Watching other successful players do something and or learning from other successful players is something that will benefit you immediately. Obviously, it works best if you have firsthand. That's why you can message me on Discord if you need the firsthand. But if you feel like you want to do it on your own, you're going to see such a slope in your improvement. And the last and final tip we'll get into is playing for the team. What I mean by playing for the team is you don't need to lock what you want every single game. Sure, you might get bored of playing smokes a game or two, but in reality, if you're playing smokes and you're winning the game, then why wouldn't you want to play smokes more? In reality, what you need to do is lock what you need to. For instance, you have an Instalock Jet and an Instalock Reyna. If you want to, you would lock a third duelist, but in reality, what you need to be doing is playing either Sentinel, Initiator, or Controller. Now, I know that's common sense, but a lot of people just like to put their ego in front of them and lock a third duelist because they think they're better than the other two people who insta-locked. And that's okay to think that way, but at the same time, you can't show that. What you need to be doing is motivating your teammates. What you need to be doing is putting your teammates up, not down. You need to be the rock for them. Lock that Sentinel or Initiator or Controller and show them how you can work as a team rather than show them that you're quote unquote better. Everybody wants to play Duelist no matter what. So what you can do is learn how to play Duelist in Swift Play, Unrated, whatever the case might be. And if you're really feeling it, make an alt account and go play ranked on the alt account and play Duelist in there. That way you can learn at a lower pace, but also make sure that you're feeling comfortable while playing quote unquote competitive so that you're not too rusty when you go back to your main account. A lot of people frown on alt accounts, but in reality, what it is part of the training. It shows that you're passionate about the game. If you want to be successful, you'll put more time into something. I guarantee you about 80% of the Valorant community, if they put half of the hours that they did into Valorant into something more beneficial like school or learning something new or medicine, something, whatever the case might be, they would be rich. So it's very nice that you're putting your time into something that you want to do, but you need to be making sure that you're putting the time into what's needed, not what's wanted. And what you might feel is needed might not actually be what's needed. What I mean by that is you can think that you need to put more time in aim training, but if your aim's fine, then you need to put more time into learning your mistakes by watching your VODs. All of these tips will instantly help you in ranking up. But before I head out, make sure you leave a comment and tell me what rank you started at and come back in, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and tell me what you're at then. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want more videos like this, let me know down in the comments. Other than that, I've been Chris or Cookie, otherwise known as CG Cock. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Peace, peace.